This paper was presented at the JCT Traffic Signal Symposium 2024, thanks to our media partner Highways News, and sponsored by AGD Systems, Four-Way Consulting, Traffic Group Signals, Smart Micro UK, TRL Software, PTV Group, Census Networks, and Starling Technologies.
All right, so the Warhammer bit was just because it's England and it's a cool hobby here happening, so it was just interesting to highlight it. I hope for this presentation that my French accent doesn't make it too difficult for you guys. So yes, my name is Nicolas, and we're going to go forward with the subject interface, which is a CITS interface that originally was created during the Talking Traffic program. So I will just say a few words about the Talking Traffic program. It's an initiative that happened in the Netherlands. It's still ongoing. It was a regroupment of private and public parties together, stakeholders. And one of the challenges that happened that we tried to answer with this technology was to how to standardize the cooperative intelligent transport systems interfacing with the roadside equipment. And the answer came with the subject interface as a way. So it was not just pop up like this, right? It's there is a governance that is happening. The governance, so there is ownership by the governments, and the talking traffic is in the Netherlands, but you also have the same with the Flanders with mobility data. So within talking traffic, you have also this good combination of force between the private sector and the public one. So the purpose of this subject interface, there is a little scheme to highlight it. There is a whole ecosystem where on one side you have the roadside equipment, and at the end, on the other hand, you have the road users. In between, you're going to have a CITS platform that's going to manage the data exchange, and you're going to have the different service provider that will get the data, exchange the data between the road user and that platform. The subject interface, SISO, will intervene between the roadside equipment and that data platform. So what it brings, it's a standardized connectivity that is established. So yeah, in the world of urban mobility, we use a lot of acronyms, right? And what you're going to see here, I'll just go quickly over them, but you have all those map data, CAM data, DLM, SPAT, MAP, SRM, SSM. All of those are European standard types of data messages that are used in the CITS ecosystem. And this subject interface facilitates the exchange of this data. Why? Because it's focused for real time, it's bidirectional, there is security, and also it's governed. So it's really a need in order to do a large-scale deployment, and you will see some of them later. So the mission statement, well, you can read it. It's really based on large scale, and the objective is to guarantee this low latency need that we have. High volume of data, low latency. Bidirectional, because you will feed, you will also retrieve data. It's made for singleplex or multiplex connection types, and you have capabilities to get the latency, you have also the governance, and you can manage per roadside equipment that you connect. In the Netherlands, to give you some rough figures, we have about, so I had to translate from TRC that we use in the Netherlands or Europe to TSCs. So there may be some mistakes in the presentation later on, but hopefully you forgive me for that. So we have about 1,500 traffic signal controllers that are connected in the Netherlands. That represents 1.3 billion messages being exchanged on a daily basis. Flanders, which is with mobility data program, has about 250, so it's a bit smaller territory. However, it was also demonstrated in Denmark and in Norway, as well as in a pilot in Sweden and another pilot in Finland. To go a bit more technical, I'm not the programmer here, but what is important to understand is that it's all about information and not about command to the traffic signal controller, right? So what happens here is that it's to enhance the security of the exchange of data in between those roadside equipment and the data platform that will happen in the CITS ecosystem. It's supporting the ASN1 upper decoding and coding capabilities because those are very used in the CITS. And what is good about it is like it's a simple process as well. So you have an API, right, for the orchestration, and then it's TCP streaming for the data flow. That being, you have on the right-hand side the subjects that can be identified, so all using unique IDs here also. So overall, this is a quite straightforward, standardized, secured, not easy to implement because you do have some development to do if you're a service provider or a road equipment provider. However, in the end, it provides what would be the best approach for implementations of connectivity between roadside equipment and a platform for CITS. I will talk a bit about how you can compare it to other existing solutions today. So you may all be aware of the MQP or MQTT protocols, which are advanced message queuing protocols, or message queuing telemetry transport protocol. Those are pretty much definition on how you should transfer your message, but they're not specific to the CITS world. However, this is why, as CI, we stand out with, we have this minimum overhead, right? We really diminish what is not required and focus on the CITS needs here. It's easier to implement, and it's also really support exactly targeting the CITS types of messages. You have then those very traditional protocol interface that exists with Ivera, right, used for public infrastructure, or RSMP, that is also a roadside message protocol that is used for traffic system, traffic signals, and road signs. So compared to subject interface, those very typical ones are very specialized, right? It's more about management and less about CITS. It's very specific to those roles that have been defined for, whereas the subject interface englobe the CITS world into it. I'm going super fast. What is happening is that there are also developments that are happening with this CITS, with the subject, the subject interface in CITS world, right? You have also the highway being implicated. You have city access with various BOLAs, so there are lots of use cases, right, where you have low emission zones or zero emission zones that you want to restrict, and they use also this kind of subject interface to connect. You have the bike radar, you have the camera systems, you have tire pressure, sensors of any kind, and in the end also you have this configuration information that allow you to verify the status of your connected object. So all in all, and I'm arriving to the conclusion here, so that's why it was fast, is that this SI interface is focused on the CITS approach. However, with all I hear from the previous presentation as well, with the UTC or UTMC way of doing things that you have in the UK, it works in parallel because it's not about command again, it's about the data transfer, data information exchange, which based on could help deploy use cases that implicates this cooperative approach. If you want more information, we have a few documents available. So those are from the Netherlands. We have a big database here that is made public available, where you have lots of information on the technicality, on the functionality of this. There is more details on the talking traffic program, which is a good example onto how a CITS ecosystem works. And of course, mobility data for the Flanders. Again, thank you for your attention. I was super fast. I hope it's okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nick. So some real-time application and implementation of something you've developed, which is working in CITS and CCAM. Oh, Mark's hand's already gone up before we even asked for questions. So can we get Mark the mic, please? And anybody else who has any questions, please line them up.
Nick, thank you very much. Is this going to fall under the CEN or ISO standards architecture at some point? Will this become a standardized solution accessible through those channels?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So the CEN and ISO standards,
okay.
Will this become, or is it already within that structure?
Yeah, so this is typical to the Dutch and the Flanders, right? So
Okay.
talking traffic and mobility data were programs that decided to apply European standards from 8C in terms of data messages. And the subject interface, there was no standard interface existing at the time between roadside equipment and how to exchange those messages. And this is how it was born. So norm to ISO, not sure, but 8C, yes, because it's already a European way of doing things, the standard, so it's already there in that sense.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Nope. Okay, what I didn't say about Nick from his bio is you speak 4 languages, or is it 5?
I think 10? No, I'm kidding.
A lot of language. And is English your second, third, technically?
Yeah, second.
Second language. So to do this, to talk in front of a group, is difficult enough in your first language. So I really, really appreciate the effort and thought you've put in to do it in your second.
Impressive audience, right? So I was a bit stressed. Sorry about the speed. I hope it's okay.
So yeah,
But,
just can we show our appreciation once again? Thank you.